What is your commitment on water as the ANC to South Africans?
No, we are not going to answer commitments now. We will answer that when we get to the elections campaign. At the present moment, we are fixing what is broken. We have made a commitment and a pledge to South Africans. So we are on that pledge. So whether or not we will fail on that pledge, you can ask us that question at the moment we launch our campaign.
Are South Africans buying the ANC stadium stunt? South Africans, listen carefully. This stadium roll call by the ANC is not fooling anyone. We are not buying their empty promises or election stunts. They have failed us for decades. Yet, now they suddenly act like service delivery is their top priority. Enough is enough.
I think the damage is done, and unfortunately, in my view, what is done cannot be undone. I think the ANC is sort of like sensing a danger that it doesn't stand a chance to do well in the upcoming local government elections. No wonder it is making this call, because if the call was made in good faith that councillors must do this and that, blah blah blah, then the president and the ANC officials in the upper echelons of power would have done that long time ago. How do you get a mandate for 5 years? You become perpetually silent, and all of a sudden, when you are on the verge of participating in the elections, then you make a call that your councillors must do this and that. If they don't do this or do that, you are going to recall them. So to me, that suggests that the call is not made in good faith. I really don't buy it. I think it's all talk and no action.
Welcome to Inkarhi. It's time. I'm Kondos, and today we're exposing the truth behind the ANC's FNB Stadium roll call. Thousands of councillors and mayors were summoned, with Fikile Mbalula claiming that local government service delivery is now a top priority. But South Africans aren't buying it. We have seen this play before. Promises during campaigns, nothing delivered afterward. Today, we break down why this is just another election stunt and why real change is long overdue. Content and analysis. Political analysts are not impressed. Dr. Levy Ndou says he doesn't expect anything new from this exercise. Professor Sethulego Matebesi points out that mayors have been running municipalities like spaza shops, failing for years to deliver on water, sanitation and electricity.
The timing, of course, of this event, in my view, is something that would be worrying. I say so because I would not be expecting anything new that has to come from the ANC, because the emphasis would be on what councillors are supposed to do, ensuring that they are able to identify the challenges on the ground, ensure that where they're deployed should respond in a positive manner and have those challenges addressed. I'm also a bit worried about the attendance and whether the message will also be able to be received by all the councillors there. And I'm talking about very simple things. There was a concern raised by Minister Simelane that there are a number of councillors who cannot read and write, who have got challenges simply of not being able to understand the language that we're actually utilizing now. I do know that the president is multilingual. Maybe he will therefore be able to utilize all the different languages so that the councillors will be able to take the message through. But some of the challenges that the president and indeed the ANC as a political party would be raising concerns about are issues that they should have been able to prevent. Because this will also talk to the caliber of the people that they deploy in local government. Some of the people or some of the challenges are there because there are councillors who do not have sufficient capacity to be able to respond to the mandate that local government has. There are also a number of municipalities, and indeed this is on record, that have employed people without required skills and experience to run these municipalities. So, as the president will be talking to the councillors and mayors, he should also extend this invitation, and I think in the future, to those that are working in the councils, because there are a lot of municipalities that are served by people that are not supposed to be working in those municipalities.
No one can ever found the ANC wanting when it comes to its internal processes, whether they've met 2 months ago or 6 months ago, or whether they're going to meet or have a special NEC meeting over the next within the next 3 months. That for me is not an issue. What is an issue for me? It's a party more than a century old who seems to have lost completely touch of what is happening in our communities. I mean, if you look at all our institutions that are aligned to our government institutions, from your national government structures, and you look even at local government level, you've got a municipal manager, you've got political appointees, mayors, councillors, and yet we still battle to get the basics right. And the basics here, it's not about providing water and services, and it's when those services are not being provided, how do you interface with the communities? We say one thing, and yet, behind the scenes, something else unfolds, and this is very unfortunate if you look at the footprint of the African National Congress, and if you look at the footprint of the government, it's a case of where even the president and the presidency does not have authority to instill discipline within, our local government structures. Definitely, that for me, because it seems as if it's business as usual, where municipal managers, mayors do as they please. They're running municipalities like spaza shops. Go and look who are being hired. It's close allies. So for me, it's going to be a tall order for the African National Congress to be able to navigate around all these slippery slopes, internal dynamics, and how are you going to improve service delivery, which you could not have done over the past couple of years. And that for me, I strongly believe it's going to be a tall order.
Even inside the ANC, the problem is acknowledged. ANC National Chairperson Gwede Mantashe said it himself. We have a lot of singing councillors. We all sing well, but capacity dololo. Translation: councillors talk well, look busy, but zero capacity to deliver results. No one should be a councillor unless they meet the qualifications and experience required for a municipal manager. The same goes for MPs and ministers. They should be capable of running a department, not just reciting slogans.
I know that we have a lot of singing councillors, but we have no councils. We all sing well, but capacity dololo. Yabona, no mamela. Yabona moska ungabona. No. Nanso, okay. That is the council we are having. Comrades who are councillors, leaders of the ANC, who make noise when a meeting is underway. What kind of leadership is that? What kind of leadership? There's no such leadership, comrades. Yeah. Ideally, when a dome like this is full of councillors, we would be saying that is the biggest resource the ANC is having. The resource that fills this dome is the resource of the ANC. That is what will make the difference between a collapsing ANC and a renewed ANC. But if councillors howl during a meeting, then we have a problem. It means that the resource scenario is not real.
The truth is clear. The ANC has had decades to fix basic services, yet South Africans continue to suffer. Electricity shortages, water cuts, broken sanitation systems. These are not temporary problems. They are chronic failures. And now, suddenly, they are creating a false sense of urgency just in time for the 2026 elections. They want you to believe they care, but their track record speaks for itself.
Municipality must act decisively to improve audit outcomes. Comrades, it cannot and must not be acceptable that in our country we control a number of municipalities. It is hugely painful each time when the Auditor General comes to report to Cabinet and they put up their report, and those municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. And I can name it here because there's nothing wrong with competition. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing? And there's nothing wrong with us saying we want to go and see what Cape Town is doing. We want to go and see what Stellenbosch is doing. How do they craft everything? We need to be moving up the ladder of being good at what we do. We cannot forever stay at the bottom. It hurts me deeply when I continue to see that our municipalities sometimes tend to move even backwards. And you are the people who can improve that. This meeting, therefore, is indeed a turning point for all of us. Let us do what we need to do. The most essential ingredient in our action plan for local government are yourselves as councillors who must take up this task. Comrades, without you doing anything, we are dead. We are dead. It basically means we may just as well all pack up and go home. You are the ones who are supposed to turn things around. And what we are doing is being a catalyst. You know your area. You know the rock face against which you are working.
One tweeter wrote on X, "I personally hate municipal projects, especially water and sanitation, because they never get completed. Projects are promised, launched, and then abandoned. And at Fikile Mbalula, I ask you directly, why must we wait for election campaigns to hear these promises again? Why is it so difficult to deliver the most basic rights for our people?"
At the present moment, we have convened a working meeting to fix our problems. And PEMI is responding to that from a side of government, what efficiently they are doing. And the ANC expect water to be a top priority. Visible progress must be registered in core service delivery areas. Potholes must be repaired. Refuse must be collected on schedule. Water leaks must be fixed without delay. And street lights must be functional. Where housing projects have stalled, councillors must engage with communities and government departments to remove blockages and ensure progress. No ward should be left without clear signs that the war plan is being implemented. Councillors were further instructed to lead by example in restoring discipline, humility and integrity in public life. They must not only reject corruption and nepotism, but actively expose and report it whenever it occurs, even within ANC structures.
South Africans, it's time to see through these tricks. Stadium roll calls, ribbon cuttings, and empty pledges will not fix our broken municipalities. We need accountability, competence, and leaders who care about service delivery every single day, not just when elections are around the corner. South Africans are not buying this nonsense. We have had enough of broken promises, empty speeches, and failed projects. It's time to demand leaders who actually deliver results, not just play politics with our basic rights. So here's my call to action. Unite for the sake of our children and the next generation. Don't allow these thugs to keep destroying our municipalities and stealing our future. If you agree with this message, like this video, comment your thoughts, share it widely, and subscribe to Inkarhi is time. South Africans, the time for real change is now. Don't be fooled again. I'm Kondos signing off, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching and take care.